This is not just another volleyball tournament. It is a test of endurance, a test of survival. Where some of the world's best conditioned athletes are beaten in a war of attrition. Yet from it all comes a king. And Kirai is the only man to hold the title. Today, the king defends his throne against the contenders. Famous Daytona Beach, Florida, where the cars go round and round. Today, Pro Beach Volleyball's final event of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, start your engines for the Old Spice King of the Beach Invitational.
Hello again, everybody. Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland. You know, in the early years of professional beach volleyball, the title, King of the Beach, was just a mythical title given to the player who had won the most tournaments that year. Well, all that changed back in 1990, changed by one man, Kirai. He created this concept. He came up with this unique format, and since then, he's won the first two tournaments. Did the other players let him, or what?
No, they didn't let him win. None of these players, as competitive as they are, going to let Kirai win, but mythical or otherwise, to the creator go the spoils. Kirai in this individual competition has won the first two events. The King of the Beach has taken over $130,000 home with him the first 2 years.
Now, you're going to see two-on-two competition, but as Paul pointed out, it's individual. It's one against one. Everybody plays with everybody. We're down to 4 players. What's it going to take and why?
Well, first of all, let's tell you who those players are. Adam Johnson, Mike Dodd, no surprises there. They've done very well. Jose Loiola, big surprise, Rookie of the Year out of Brazil, has also advanced into this elite group. And, of course, two-time defending champion Kirai is also in, looking for the three-peat. Now the how. First of all, you got to have compatibility. He's your enemy 1 minute, an hour later, he's your best friend. You want to have complete respect between one another out on the court. Secondly, you have to have versatility. You make those small adjustments if you want to win. Thirdly, tremendous strength and endurance. Very, very tough format here. But most importantly, particularly here into the blazing Florida sun, you have to be able to deal with the heat because it's been an inferno.
The qualifying round, day 1. When veterans like Tim Hovland tried to advance to the finals. Only 2 of 8 would go on. Hovland would not, but his first partner would.
My partner, Lyola. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Watch out.
The springing Brazilian, the Rookie of the Year, 23-year-old Jose Loiola. Undefeated over 5 hours in the midday sun. Here was a challenger.
I like it. I like it hot. I'm doing very good in the hot.
Meanwhile, the king had the day off. But day 2 was ahead. And Kirai would struggle. His story when we return. Back in Daytona Beach, Florida, early morning, day 2. and Paul was with Coach Kirai.
You invented this format, and just by coincidence, you've won it the first 2 years. You starting to feel a little guilty about that?
Suspicious. I'm not feeling too guilty. I guess if I win this year, I'll start feeling really guilty.
Karch's man. He's Michael Jordan of volleyball. No other way to tell it. He's the best player in the world.
I think Karch's standpoint, he's probably the most physical and mentally prepared athlete or player out on this court out here.
He's so killer. Karch is the best. I like his new shorts too.
Oh, he's badass. No doubt about it. Bad to the bone.
Almost computer-like perfect. He's just a machine out there.
He blocks it, man. The guy's great, dude. He's awesome.
If you are fortunate enough to beat him, you really feel like you've accomplished something. You know you've beaten the best.
Basically, on Saturday, you got to have one good win. You got to win by a big margin one game, and you're safe. If you lose by a big margin, you're pretty much almost history.
Those words would come back to haunt Kirai in his very first match of the tournament. Kirai was losing big and faced early elimination. Champions find a way to overcome. Kirai would lose this first match of the tournament, but scored just enough points to stay alive. In beating Kirai, Adam Johnson proved he was a force to be reckoned with and looked to resurrect a disappointing year. And Mike Whitmarsh, who would be Kirai's final partner of the day, was already showing signs of exhaustion.
I'm a little tired.
Returning to the court an hour later, Kirai was rejuvenated. He sensed that now was the time to take over.
Here's the main man, my partner.
The two had practiced together every day that week and blended together perfectly. Doubts that Karch would advance were erased in 1 hour. Kirai and Johnson put themselves both in a solid position to advance to the Final Four, barring some unforeseen circumstance. And in these conditions, what can happen will happen. Mike Whitmarsh was melting. Could he continue and play his final match of the day with Kirai, creating doubt and frustration throughout the tournament?
What are the other rules? If you start the day that you can't...
Isn't that exactly what we decided last year?
Okay, if that's the case, then I have nothing to lose, okay? I'm going to save myself. I'm not going out and playing. I have nothing to lose.
In the game, though. But if you don't play,
what? $2,500.
As Adam Johnson threatened to boycott, Mike Whitmarsh was receiving emergency treatment for heat exhaustion, while scheduled partner Karch Kirai played catch-up on his status.
I walked in right after the game, and he was telling somebody else that he was already cramping all over, and the latest I heard, I just asked where he is, and he's in the ambulance, and I don't know if it has departed yet.
Alternate Brent Frohoff, ready and willing, would fill in for Whitmarsh. Ironically, Frohoff himself had fallen victim to the heat just the day before, leading to this confrontation.
Get your hand off him.
Get your hand off me, I said.
Hey, guys.
Get your hand off.
Recovered and with a day's rest, Frohoff would team with Kirai in the final match of day 1. Adam Johnson would, however reluctantly, return to center court. An hour later, it was match point. Kirai will take advantage of Frohoff's fresh legs with a victory, and in spite of the controversy, Adam Johnson would also advance.
I was lucky, and like I said, it takes some luck to win this tournament. And now it looks like everybody's even. All the guys coming in tomorrow have the same amount of points with 2 wins and 1 loss.
It's just going to be survival of the fittest, I think. I mean, this is incredible weather. Like I said, I've never played in this kind of weather.
4 players had endured. The explosive young Brazilian, Jose Loiola, the hot young star on tour. The unappreciated veteran, Mike Dodd, at 36, trying to turn back the hands of time. And Adam Johnson, the former United States champion, attempting to prove he belongs with the big boys. And finally, the king. Day 3, and everybody was talking about Jose Loiola. He had come out of the qualifying matches brimming with confidence, and he would get another boost. His first match partner, the legendary Kirai. Those two going up against Mike Dodd and Adam Johnson. This was match point. Loiola jumping an ace down the middle. He and Kirai would take the early lead. Kirai, the reigning king of the beach, and the young Brazilian Jose Loiola setting himself up as the main challenger. For Adam Johnson, now on the brink of elimination, it meant the importance of match 2. He would team with Kirai against Dodd and Loyola, a must-win situation for AJ. We pick it up at 9-6.
Kirai and Johnson have been in control throughout, playing great defense, groveling, transitioning. Joust coming. Adam Johnson stuffing the ball for another score.
10-6 now. Once again, the game within a game. Adam Johnson, blonde hair right there. His partner, Kirai. They cannot let Jose Loyola and his partner, Mike Dodd, score 1 more point. If they do, Johnson is eliminated from a chance at King of the Beach. Loyola racks one, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah, that ball is wide. Loyola been bombing the ball effectively throughout the course of now his 3rd day of competition, came through the qualifier, hitting a big ball wide.
Johnson and Kirai ahead by 5. Pressure on Loyola.
Nobody.
Oh. And Dodd puts it away down the line. Side out for Dodd and Loyola. How tired is Loyola right now?
I don't think he's that tired at all, really. He just loves playing in these kind of conditions. He's the youngest player still in the competition. I think he's oblivious to point differential, everything else. He's just excited about getting this far into the field.
Over. Adam Johnson puts it away. So Johnson and Kirai get the side out. They continue to lead 11-6.
In spite of the big lead, Johnson has got to serve tough, play tough every point, keeping in mind point differential between he and Jose Loyola.
36-year-old Mike Dodd, 23-year-old Jose Loyola receiving.
Angle.
And Dodd cuts it inside.
Talked about how much time Adam Johnson and Kirai spend practicing together. Mike Dodd and Jose Loyola play almost every day of the week together as well, and that is really helping them in this match.
Jose Loyola trying to score 1 point. If he does, he has a chance to be the king of the beach in the final match. Nice dig. And the put away, a clutched one by Adam Johnson.
Johnson just trying to get out of trouble, hitting the ball literally at the block of Mike Dodd, goes through the field goal. Loyola cannot make the defensive play behind the block.
2-on-2 team competition. but it's the individuals trying to get to that final match.
Angle.
And Dodd pops it through. The key number for Mike Dodd and Jose Loiola is 7. If they get another point, Jose Loiola will be the man to challenge Kirai in the final match. Still working on Johnson. Over. He's blocked! And that will do it. That's the 7th point for Jose Loiola. I don't know if he knows it or not, Paul, but he is going to the final match. And he will play against Karch Kirai.
Oblivious to the heat, I think oblivious to the point differential, but coming through with a huge stuff block against the individual that he needed to pass in the standings.
Over. Right. Dodd with a dig. He's pumped. And he puts it away. We should tell you that there is a difference. $6,000 in winning and losing, however.
Let's not forget about Mike Dodd. Played well in this tournament last year. Getting on in years. Everybody keeps trying to count him out. Doesn't matter where he plays, who he plays with. He's always there for you.
And he is huffing and puffing. You would be too if you were 36 playing volleyball in 120-degree heat.
That's now the target for Jose Loiola. Karch Kirai in the lead. Jose Loiola coming back in this match has passed Adam Johnson, and he and partner Mike Dodd have got to continue the comeback. Loyola's got a chance to really take control here.
Loiola in green, his partner Dodd serving.
Over. Cut.
First confrontation. Oh, and the ball went through Johnson's hands. Sweat City.
Well, the ball's not just a little bit wet, soaking wet. The player's trying to towel off in between every possible opportunity.
Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, welcome back to the Old Spice King of the Beach Invitational. We are situated right outside the beautiful Daytona Beach Marriott. Kirai and Johnson playing against Mike Dodd and Jose Loiola. Match 2. Over him. Out. And Adam Johnson jacks one out of bounds. Our score was 11-9. That makes it 11-10. Johnson and Kirai hanging on here.
Johnson got to refocus here. Let a ball go through his hands, hit a ball out of bounds. Mike Dodd steady as a rock here with his partner, Jose Loiola.
Johnson may have suffered a serious letdown. He is now eliminated from play. Good dig. And Kirai puts it away.
One of the tests of King of the Beach certainly is, can you make your partner better? When he's out of it, does he have the kind of respect for you that will keep his head in the match? That's the test for Adam Johnson right now.
Johnson and Kirai ahead by 1, 11-10. Poked over. And Loiola puts it away. This is a very, very big match for Jose Loiola. He has never beaten Karch Kirai in any match in America. If he could do it here, he could set the tone for the final match where he will challenge Kirai for King of the Beach.
It helps to be young.
Johnson out of bounds. And now clearly Adam Johnson is deflated. He had his chance when he and Kirai were leading 11-6, Paul, but they just could not hold him.
And all of those points coming on Adam Johnson's head. He's not passing the ball well. He's lost his focus. And it may be at the expense of Karch Kirai.
Oh, no, buddy. And Johnson puts it away.
Jose Loiola off the streets of Rio de Janeiro, banned by his own federation, comes to the United States to play pro beach volleyball, and now tied with the greatest player of all time, Karch Kirai, looking towards the finals of the King of the Beach.
Dead angle.
And Loiola puts it away. His favorite shot, cross court. Johnson got it.
Adam Johnson obviously not excited about his current position. Does look like he's gotten back into the match.
He still can win $6,000 if he wins this. If he loses, he gets nothing. Kirai on the overpass. Oh, there's a big error by Mike Dodd, passing the ball right over the net.
One of Adam Johnson's biggest weapons, the jump serve, and Dodd just shanking it, giving a free one to Karch Kirai.
Yeah. Johnson and Kirai back up by 1.
Line.
Karch blocked just out of bounds. How far was it out? Just out of bounds.
Karch asking for a measurement.
Jose to serve.
That's an ace. And we're tied once again at 12.
Loyola just not going to go away. He has so many weapons, serving, blocking, playing good defense as well.
He's also got that weapon into the net, side out. He's sweating a lot, but he doesn't look tired. Kirai to serve. Serving easy. And Dodd hitting hard.
Interesting part of the game within a game. Kirai plays with Mike Dodd next. He wants to win this match, but he doesn't want Mike Dodd to be tired. Now, does he serve at Loyola, try to wear him out and preserve his future partner, Mike Dodd?
Nobody. Dodd with the dig. And over. And Karch with a little tip shot. One of the reasons Kirai is so effective, he has all speeds and all velocities on his spikes. 12-12.
Nobody hit.
Kirai with the dig. Can he put it away? Yes.
Slicing off the angle against no block. Where's Jose Loyola? 13-12 now. Kirai and Johnson take the lead.
Trying to hold off Jose Loyola. Welcome back to match 2. In terms of teams, Johnson and Kirai lead Dodd and Loyola by a point. Adam Johnson has been eliminated. He will not be the king of the beach this year. The competition will come down to Jose Loyola here. And Karch Kirai as Loyola puts it away. Loyola trying to beat Kirai for the first time ever and get the mental edge going into that final match. He has taken off his sunglasses and he's feeling good.
Karch taking the role of the bad guy for about the first time in his career.
Nobody indeed as Kirai pumps one through. And Kirai responds. Who's more popular, Kirai or Loyola?
Loyola today, Kirai the other 364 games of the year.
Kirai to serve. Oh my gosh, right back over. Johnson got it.
I'll tell you what happened. Short, easy serve to Mike Dodd, and I think he's already starting to feel tired. Trying to go the direct pass to the net to Jose Loyola. Shanked it once again. Easy point for Johnson and Kirai.
Kirai trying to wrap it up. Game point. And Dodd hanging on. In a long, exhausting 3-day tournament. Of the 4 players, I would say Kirai looks the fittest right now, followed by that man, Loyola. Yes, the king is still fresh.
You know, people always question other people, are you tired? How do you feel? How do you deal with the heat? You just don't ask Karch those questions, and the answer to all of them is that he deals with it very, very well.
second game point for Johnson and Kirai. And the cutaway there. Each match at the Old Spice King of the Beach has a 9-minute clock. The clock might be a factor in this one. 14 seconds to play. Loyola and Dodd need a miracle here.
There's time. They just need to score and score here. Loyola going to come with a tough jumper.
Down by 2. Karch cuts it inside.
I'm surprised that Loyola has not gone after Adam Johnson more, particularly in the latter stages. Kirai just way too steady under pressure.
He might be trying to wear him out for match 3.
Hey, you got to, if you win the match against Kirai, you take advantage going into the finals. You want to win here if you're Jose Loyola.
Have to terminate quickly here. Time running out. Johnson with a dig. 4 seconds to go. And this and Dodd sucks it out of bounds.
Well, this is a tournament that could be decided by point differential between Loyola and Kirai. And Dodd just ripping the ball out of the stadium cost his partner a big point.
That was earlier action. Adam Johnson and Mike Dodd individually have been eliminated from coronation consideration. Kirai and Loyola will play to see who is king of the beach. Our final matchups: Dodd, Kirai, Johnson, Loyola.
So we're doing fine. One more game and this tournament's over. I think I gotta win big though, real big.
And Johnson's partner, Jose Loyola, looking for the biggest win of his career. The final showdown is next. Randy Stoklos, come on down. While we're away, we got the surprise of the summer. Adam Johnson apparently cannot continue. And 3-time most valuable player Randy Stoklos is going to take his place. Now, how about this? Adam Johnson telling Loyola he can't play.
I think so.
And Karch Kirai, who benefited from the substitution rule on day 2, how about his reaction?
No. Well, that's kind of a bummer.
A real bummer. A fresh Randy Stoklos inserted into the puzzle. It's part of the rules here at King of the Beach. Stoklos the alternate for occurrences just like this. And while all this was taking place, Paul Sunderland caught up with Adam Johnson.
I felt good the first 2 games. Today, I felt great, actually, better than yesterday. And, right when I went out to warm up, I felt a little twinge. And, under the circumstances, I knew I wasn't going to be feeling too good during the game. So I decided instead of hurting myself, which I could actually get hurt from, I decided to pass it up because it's not worth it for me right now in my career to go out there.
Is this a fair way to bring this tournament to an end?
I don't think so, and I feel real bad. It's, like I said, it's a decision I had to make. I'm going to have to live with. Karch might not like me anymore. He's saying, whatever about Johnson. This is the hottest weather I've ever played in my life. I played down in Rio de Janeiro down in January, and it was hot. I mean, it was hot down there, I thought, but this was just a joke.
So Johnson is out, and a fresh Randy Stoklos is in. The pairings for the final match. Karch Kirai and Mike Dodd against Jose Loyola and Randy Stoklos. Kirai and Loyola, the only 2 that have the chance to win the Old Spice King of the Beach title. Loyola to serve first. Mike Dodd, he's dug, and Stoklos puts it away. 1-0.
Right away, fresh legs from Randy Stoklos, sitting up in the players' lounge all day. Little did he know he'd get this opportunity.
Loyola again.
Over, cut.
Stoklos.
You.
Kirai trying to terminate. Oh, what a dig by Loyola. it's out of bounds, 2-0.
Kirai went in there very, very hard, Chris, and getting up slowly. Not the kind of player that likes to over-dramatize or buy time. I think he's shaking up there going in.
Always a little risky when you jump into the stands. Metal chairs, umbrellas, things to step on. And he might have a little cut on his toe. That shouldn't stop him.
And the finish is in first place.
Big rally here early, and as tired as everybody is, except for Randy Stoklos, this is the last thing you need. Dodd digging, Kirai chasing right here, trying to step over, stubs his toe. A lot of conventional beach chairs down in this VIP area, and Kirai must have taken some contact.
2-0 Loyola, and Stoklos have the lead as Loyola serves it out of bounds. Let's set it up for you. Jose Loyola has to beat Karch by 4 or more points to become the king of the beach. Kirai, the reigning king of the beach. He needs to win or lose to Loyola by 3 or less. Loyola, bingo!
This is the second time Stoklos and Loyola have played together in this tournament. Very successful early. They defeated Dodd and Loyola 15-8.
Dodd, and he puts it away.
You know, everybody but Randy Stoklos been playing all day. This is a surprise to him. Mentally, he's got to change gears in a big hurry.
And what about Arch Kirai having to go up against a fresh opponent? 2-0 is our score. And Stoklos right over the top of Kirai. So Stoklos looks great early.
You know, remember, this was not just any tournament. Tough format, incredible heat. Frohoff to the hospital. Mike Whitmarsh had to withdraw. And into the finals, Adam Johnson loses to the heat as well.
Over. Doug. Short. You. Now 3-0. Cut! And Dodd finally restores order.
Challenge for Karch Kirai. Not only defeat young Jose Loyola, who's playing with a fresh Randy Stoklos, but also keep Mike Dodd, who at age 36 must be tired, keep him in the match.
Karch with the serve into the net. Karch also looks a little tired right now. Maybe mentally more than physically. Stoklos serving, leading 3-0. Line. Karch. Ooh, he just got the last strand of the line.
We talked about Kirai being fatigued, did not get up particularly high. They're almost cuffed the ball out of bounds.
0 serving 3. Dodd. Come on! Right to Dodd.
Nobody. Good.
Another chance. And the put away.
Mike Dodd working hard defensively, but Loyola showing you all of it. The good shots out of transition, the pokey to get the ball in good side-out play.
Mike Dodd had a great year. 4th on the computer.
Good.
Cover. And one of the best players in beach volleyball history in playing when he's tired.
Well, if Karch Kirai were going to put together his short list of players that he wanted to have as his teammate in this situation, Dodd would be right at the top.
Good. Line.
No! That's out. And the first point for Kirai and Dodd.
Kirai and Dodd. Serving.
Individually, once again, the battle is between Kirai and Loyola for the title.
Angle.
Oh, no. Hit by
interesting quandary for Kirai and Dodd. Karch always feels very confident serving Randy Stoklos, but he hasn't played all day. So you go after the young Loiola. Early, he's going at Loiola. We'll see what happens later in the match.
And Dodd starting to look a little bit stronger. MD, winner of 2 tournaments this year, Phoenix and Seal Beach. He'll serve.
What?
Stoklos into the corner. How difficult is it playing with a brand new partner?
Hey, normally it would be, but these two guys played together earlier in the tournament, and Jose Loiola, making it this far, has played with so much confidence. He's just not the same guy. New partners are old. You serve aces, it doesn't matter.
So the young buck working the line on Karch Kirai, the king of the beach. And early, Kirai is in trouble.
Good serve. This is the AVP.
We're just outside the Daytona Beach Marriott here in Florida. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland back at the Old Spice Invitational. Kirai in trouble here. He must deal with a wild card he has been dealt. The fresh legs and body of Randy Stoklos. Can Kirai come up to the challenge? Loiola with the serve.
Over him.
And Dodd pops it down the line.
Mike Dodd working himself into this match. Got off to a slow start, maybe pacing himself a little bit.
Jose Loiola has to beat Karch Kirai by 4 or more points in this game to be the king of the beach. And Kirai rolls another one out of bounds. So Kirai looks sluggish early, both mentally and physically in this one.
Well, you come down expecting one mental picture on the other side.
To see little Adam Johnson.
That's right. And here comes Randy Stoklos frothing, ready to roll.
Trouble. Could be another point. Loiola. Yes. Make it 5-1.
I tell you, the challenge for Jose Loiola for a second is, can he handle success? Now he's starting to think about, I'm in the lead here. I've got the point differential I need in order to be king of the beach. Can he handle some success? Because he's been the underdog throughout the tournament.
Mike Dodd, the longtime partner of volatile Tim Hovland, will send it up. Stoklos out of bounds.
Dodd gets what he wants. He just changed the momentum, changed the look of the match a little bit. Sky ball gives Randy Stoklos a different look.
3-point lead now for Loiola and Stoklos. Up again. Up and out. Long. So Loiola will have it. What a win this would be. He has never won a tournament on American soil. And he aces again. And he aced Karch.
This is a player, Jose Loiola, under suspension by the Brazilian Volleyball Federation. They're saying he cannot play in the Olympics in 1996.
Yeah. Oh, he did it again! This Karch is out of it, Paul.
Not into it mentally. Just sluggish. We worried about Mike Dodd, but where is Karch in terms of his concentration? Ripping the ball up the middle. I'll tell you, 2 things are going to happen. Jose Loiola wins the king of the beach. The suspension is lifted, and you see him in Atlanta in 1996 for Brazil.
And something you never see, Karch Kirai is in the shank tank. 7-2. His team trails.
Nobody.
Stoklos. Back to Karch, he's mad. And he puts it away. If you're Loiola and Stoklos, do you keep working on Karch?
Absolutely. You cannot be surprised by the fact that, hey, the king of the beach is having a bad spell. You stay right on him, force him to work himself out of it, or get him in more trouble.
Nobody!
Come on.
Karch with a dig. Looking for 3. Yes.
A
That's a huge play for Kirai.
Stoklos and Loiola dominating the action here early. We'll take a break. It's 7-3.
All right, MD.
Welcome back to the Old Spice King of the Beach Invitational in beautiful Daytona Beach. 3 days of competition coming to a close. We're in our final match. 14 players started out, and only 2 have a chance to win the title, Kirai and Loiola. It is individual competition. There's Kirai, pink hat, the American. And he's up against the Brazilian who has played so well, Jose Loiola, right here.
No.
Softly down the line. 7-3 is our score. Kirai trails.
And Loiola up by 4, exactly the point differential he needs. He needs a victory, but he's got to win by 4 or more, and he becomes the king of the beach.
Another bad pass. Look at that. Dodd on 2. Karch trying to get jacked.
I have never seen Karch Kirai play to the crowd on the beach. The first time, Stoklos taking a big chance with a long set. Made a mistake. Kirai and Dodd back at it.
3 serving 7. And another terrible serve. Kirai and Dodd serving very pathetically right now. See Dodd huffing and puffing. Karch still looks pretty good. Well, the answer for Karch and Mike Dodd might be, how long can Mike Dodd last?
Well, and Jose Loiola just finished a match with Mike Dodd, so he knows exactly how tired Dodd is. Mike Dodd going to probably get 90% of the serves, and whether or not Kirai repeats may be well in the hands of MD.
Stoklos. And Randy easily taps it down the line. Of course, Randy Stoklos, a longtime partner of the great St. John Smith. They broke up earlier in the year. Some say never to get back together. Loyola, of course, playing most of the year with his partner from Brazil, Eduardo Anjinho.
Nobody!
Nobody indeed. Score remains 7-3.
Mike Dodd, 6'6", very rangy. You better block against him because as tired as he is, he'll just tap the ball around if you don't put a player in front of him.
And right down the middle, Randy Stoklos. You might be wondering about the incentive for Randy Stoklos. He cannot finish in the top 4, but he can win $6,000 by winning this match with Loiola.
And let's also remember, the first year of this tournament, a missed touch call cost Randy Stoklos the title king of the beach. He can get some revenge on the defending king, Karch Kirai.
King serving. At least presently the king. Stoklos blocked. Mike Dodd all over it. And now it's 7-4.
Dodd just hanging in, so competitive, so tough.
7-5.
Karch got his wake-up call. He was in the doldrums. Maybe he was tired mentally, just not there at 7-1, 7-2. But now he is awake, thanks in large part to Mike Dodd.
4 in a row now for Kirai and Dodd as Stoklos and Loiola take a sand timeout. Interestingly, Randy Stoklos goes over to sit down while the rest of the players who've been playing all day continue to stand.
Well, you know, Karch has told me, he says, look, during the sand timeouts, it takes too much energy to walk over and sit down when it's 110 out here. I'm just going to stay right where I am. He's standing straight up. Mike Dodd down on his trunk, sucking some wind, and Jose Loiola says, hey, this is like a day at Ipanema.
That's right. It's like a day in the shade. So Kirai trying to come back. Randy Stoklos provided his team with an early burst. Stoklos and Loiola led 7-2, but now Kirai coming on with the help of Mike Dodd. Stoklos. He didn't get it over.
Randy looks very tentative to me, Paul.
Well, Coach Kirai likes to go over Randy Stoklos. That's where he feels confident. He's beaten him several times in the past by going right at Randy Stoklos.
So you say serving.
Yeah.
Serve Stoklos.
Karch was not serving him early, but now he's going right at Randy Stoklos.
Kirai and Dodd within one. And Stoklos punctures one.
See, if you serve Loiola, if he passes the ball well, Stoklos, the best setter in the game, going to put him perfectly right on top of the net. You serve Stoklos, and then you put the pressure on Jose Loiola to bump set the ball accurately.
7 serving 6.
Line.
And Karch looking a little better right now. Kirai won this title in '91 and last year. As Dodd will serve. Boy, he's serving easy. That's the point you made, Paul. Pretty good pass, perfect set, and a big hit.
Well, and also from Mike Dodd, who just lollipops the ball in play. That's not a challenge at all for Jose Loiola to pass the ball accurately.
Dodd with the hit. Of course, one of the reasons all players might not be serving so effectively, the heat and humidity of Florida.
Big advantage when you put it that way for Randy Stoklos. He ought to come out here, bomb jump serves.
No! On the line. Nice shot again by Stoklos. Stoklos in the red. Officially, he will finish 5th in this competition. Good serve. And Dodd whacks it out of bounds.
That was a tired play. Very tired, getting to the short serve. Smart tactic by Randy Stoklos. Serve the tired player very short. Then Dodd with a tired play hitting it out of bounds.
2-point lead for Stoklos Loyola. Karch pokes it. Dodd is there.
Nobody!
And he spikes it down.
Dodd crawling and scratching his way to a side out. No celebration, conserving energy, strolling back, waiting for the run. Kirai up early here against Jose Loyola. Loyola goes for the stuff. Pays for it with the facial, but it did lead to a point-scoring opportunity.
One of the reasons you don't block with your arms far apart. Stoklos. Got it.
Boy, Kirai really turning up the volume, exhorting Mike Dodd to chase defensively.
Now Dodd just covered with Florida sand. And no attempt to brush. Oh, they do call a sand timeout if ever anyone needed one. It's Mike Dodd.
Going to take care of a little house cleaning. And Dodd right now, he's not even going to use the sand timeout to clean up. He's just going to suck some wind, think about how he can get through this match. I'm telling you, there are a few players that I have ever known in the game of volleyball that could get through this match, play this hard under these sorts of conditions, other than Mike Dodd.
Still fresh is Loyola. He'll serve. His team with the lead. Sandman coming.
Come on.
And he puts it away.
He's not going to crack. If Mike Dodd does not crack, physically or mentally, Kirai's in a good spot.
One advantage Kirai and Dodd have. They've won 3 tournaments together in the past. And they know each other very, very well in terms of effort.
Now, so close to serve.
8 serving 6 here at the Old Spice King of the Beach Invitational.
Hitting!
Oh, and Karch rivets one. He's getting a little better.
Well, inexplicably got off to a slow start. Really surprised me that Kirai mentally would seem so flat at the beginning of this match, but he's on his game now.
Another lollipop serve by Dodd. Karch off his hand, out of bounds. Good shot. Now the surprise of the tournament, Jose Loyola. Came out of the qualifying round, the early action of this tournament.
Got it. And Stoklos can't pull it out.
Tough break for Loyola off the dig. If that ball hits into the net just 3 inches higher, Stoklos has got a good chance to score. Notice Loyola frustrated at Dodd's consistency, served Kirai that time.
Yeah. 8-6 Stoklos Loyola. Karch is right there. Can he put it away? Yes.
Dodd may be whispering his instructions. You could just barely hear him say, Karch, get it. But the results are just the same.
Early on, it was 7-2. Kirai and Dodd, however, have cut the lead to 1. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland sailing along here at the King of the Beach Invitational, the final tournament of the year on the Pro Tour. What a setting. A jam-packed crowd to watch individual competition close out the season. Yes, I said individual competition. Temperature 97 degrees in the shade, 110 on the court. The battle is between Kirai and Loiola for the King of the Beach. Those two have the chance to win it. They're being aided by partners, Messrs. Dodd and Stoklos. Karch serving, his team trailing by 1, 8-7. And Stoklos sails one out of bounds. Wait a second, did it touch? No, it's out.
Stoklos going cross court. You could hear that he didn't make good contact, flailed it a little bit. The linesman called it out immediately. Score is tied, and Jose Loyola's chances are starting to drift away.
Loyola has to beat Karch by 4 or more to have a chance. He got that one. Interestingly, most fans love to watch Karch Kirai play volleyball. But a number of them don't root for him because he is the favorite. But now with Randy Stoklos' emergence into this match, it's kind of made Karch Kirai the underdog. And line. Karch, tip.
Well, Kirai has had so much success. You know, crowds get after players that feel they need their help to win. Karch doesn't need anybody's help. But out comes a fresh Randy Stoklos, and for once, maybe the first time the tables have turned.
Yeah, there's an appearance that Karch is getting jobbed here. Stoklos. Come on! And Stoklos going over the top.
Jose going back to
Jose Loyola was supposed to play in this match with Adam Johnson. Johnson could not continue. The rules say you can get a sub. Randy Stoklos came in, and that's where we are right now.
Loyola trying to gear up his jump serve that paid dividends earlier in this match. And I think that's a key. I think Loyola and a fresh Randy Stoklos have got to score from the service line. Dodd and Kirai too steady otherwise.
Come on, Karch with a dig to take the lead. Got it! For the first time, Kirai has the lead. 9-8.
How would Jose Loyola handle being the front runner when he had the big lead 7-2 over Kirai? Not very well. Sometimes success is a little tough to deal with the first time around.
Oh, and Loyola pokes it out of bounds. He's 23.
It's getting away from him, and this is where the veteran Randy Stoklos should come over and settle him down. But they have not, you know, Randy has not gotten in his ear.
Maybe he has, but in the wrong language. Oh, Karch off him. If you're wondering, Loyola does speak English.
Hey, he understands everything that goes on out on the court. And Stoklos, the veteran he is, like Kirai and Dodd, should help the young player. He's still in the running to win this.
Nobody!
Dodd pumps it down. 10-8 is our score. And remember that Karch Kirai only has to get to 13 points to win the King of the Beach title. That's the lucky number, win or lose. 13 points for Kirai. Mike Dodd trying to help him there. Karch with the block.
Going to Stoklos. You make Loyola set the ball under pressure. This is a horrible set, and Karch is frothing. He's all over it right now. Nothing Randy Stoklos can do.
Sand timeout for Jose Loyola and Randy Stoklos. A determined Karch Kirai trying to three-peat King of the Beach. And the match has really turned around on the change of strategy, Kirai serving Stoklos.
Well, and Stoklos is over in the players' tent area. Jose Loyola wandering around 30 feet away. And that man is 2 points away from the three-peat. And Jose Loyola has got to be wondering what might have been up 7-2 early. With Randy Stoklos very fresh. Clearly had a chance.
Mike Dodd serving. Here we
11-8. Karch is 2 points away.
Now, line.
Karch with a block. Karch with a block. Can't get that one. Nice shot, Jose Loyola. Jose Loyola, he may not win this tournament, but he has certainly proved himself to be a future star, maybe even a present star.
He's a star right now and going to be a very hot commodity come the beginning of next season. A lot of players are going to want to get Jose Loyola as a partner.
His current partner, Eduardo Anginho, may have to hire a bodyguard to keep him away from the rest of the beach. Karch serving. Stokey. Inside. His last 5 tournaments have not been good this year. A 4th, a 7th, a 6th, a 2nd, and a 5th. Trying to redeem himself. 11-8. Into the net. Mike Dodd.
Good.
Trying to set up the block.
Angle. No!
That's out. Another point. 12-8.
Kirai's 1 point away.
Push for more. King of the Beach may be decided on the next play when we come back.
Stay tough, guys. Come on.
The beautiful view from the Daytona Beach Marriott adjacent to the courts and the Old Spice King of the Beach Invitational. It has come down to this. Karch Kirai needs 1 point to retain his King of the Beach title. Mike Dodd will serve. I'm Chris Marlowe, my partner, Paul Sunderland. Loyola trying to hang on.
Angle.
And getting the call, he does.
Now's the time for an ace. Randy Stoklos also to reestablish himself. Block a ball at the net. I think you've got to go at Mike Dodd, but you got to serve him tough.
Jose Loyola in black. Had to beat Karch by 4 or more. He's got to hold him now.
Over it.
Oh, double contact. A throw called on Kirai.
We've seen that all season long. If there's one chink in the armor, Karch dishes it up there with a little extra sauce every once in a while.
Or a double chink. 9-12. Loyola serving. Oh, and he goes into the bottom of the net. He may be coming fatigued now. So the second chance to eliminate Loyola. Here comes Karch. Oh, and that's it. Karch Kirai needed 13 points, and he's got it. Yes, Karch, you've got it.
Took him a second. He's looking at the scoreboard.
And he's getting a standing ovation. Yeah. He'll be the King of the Beach for the 3rd time.
And a lot of credit going to his partner, Mike Dodd. 2 days of competition. There you see him.
So now the drama remains. Could. Come on. Karch with another spectacular dig. And he hammers it down. I was going to say, if Loyola could beat Karch, well, forget it.
Forget it. Exclamation point going on the end of this right now.
The king is serving. Oh, and he aces for the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice hand for Randy Stoklos, Mike Dodd, Jose
Yes, Kirai is still the king. With a lot of help from his pal, Mike Dodd. In 1991, Kirai knocked off Randy Stoklos for the title. Last year it was Pat Powers, and this year the impressive youngster, Jose Loiola. If any partner ever deserved a handshake, it is Mike Dodd.
Beer boots over there. We go. Way to fire from 7-3.
A warning has been served. There is a star looming on the horizon, Jose Loiola. Paul Sunderland's with the king.
They tried everything.
First of all, Karch, congratulations 3 times in a row, but a bit of a surprise when you came out on the court. You saw a big, very familiar adversary in Randy Stoklos.
Randy's a great player, and that's just the luck of the draw. Yesterday, I was the beneficiary of that same rule, got a fresh guy with Brent Frohoff, and today I was on the other side of it, so it all evened itself out. And we started going at Loiola, but actually it worked better to serve Randy because Loyola is a much poorer setter than Randy. But I got to congratulate all the guys here. Everybody put out their best effort, and it was a great weekend of volleyball.
Well, but speaking of effort, did anybody play harder or tougher than your partner, Mike Dodd? You were way down early. He was dead tired, played all day yesterday and today. You have to give at least part of this crown and not necessarily part of the prize money to Mike.
I got to give it all. I owe him a few drinks tonight. I mean, he was just awesome. At 7-3, he started siding out like a machine, and I think the only points they got were on a couple great serves. Mike, I definitely have him to thank for it, at least half of that. That was a great effort.
3rd time in a row, tougher than the first 2 and more meaningful to you because of the strange circumstance?
Absolutely, on both counts.
All right, congratulations. Enough said. The best.
Today's Old Spice winning moment. The turning point of this match. 8-8 was the score. Karch Kirai serving to Stoklos. Stoklos. Come on. Down the line. Karch dug it up. A 9-8 lead that was never headed. And Mike Dodd, Karch Kirai do it here in Daytona Beach, Florida. We'll be back. The winning check of $58,000. Beautifully autographed by Old Spice's Darrell Lane. It went to Karch Kirai. The side-out sport most valuable partner, of course, Mike Dodd. The Evian kill count, Karch, a winner there too. It's been a great year, and we've had a groovy time. Remember, we'll be back on the beach right here next summer on NBC. In Hungarian, the name Kirai means king, and he proved it today. For Paul Sunderland, I'm Chris Marlowe. The beach is now officially closed.